Hello guys, subscribe to WorldWideChels.
Hi WorldWideChels.
WorldWideChels.
Subscribe to WorldWideChels.
Thank you for your support.
Hello guys and welcome to another stream at the WorldWideChels channel. It's your host Matt back again because Sadiq is late as usual, but we will not moan about that too much. And I am joined by the wonderful Alfred. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm about to have a good morning because I'm always excited about WorldWideChels streams. So happy to be here, and not long after, Tottenham Hotspur will begin their descent into the Europa League. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun morning.
Yeah, well, we hope that springs our mood up for you, springs your morning up for me. Good night's sleep present. There you go. Big up to everyone at the chat. Football at its best. Big up for the message here, and big up for your message on the lineup. Major General N'Golo Kante, justice for Marcus Alonso. Maybe not. We will ignore that. Sharinaf, big up to you. Justice for Tuchel and Potter. I've always said Tuchel was never the problem, and he never will be. A big up Jose, as always, in the chat below. And big up to Wayne, who has just joined us backstage. Wayne, how you doing, my friend?
I am exhausted. Just finished, so for today. Getting back into the real world.
You're here just in time for a wonderful Chelsea stream.
Hopefully.
We will be having Sadiq eventually on the channel, but, you know, lateness is greatness, of course, always. Big up to Sindra in the comments. Big up to the panel. Big up to you as well. So let's get this started. Obviously, we'll go into the preview of the game tomorrow, which personally I just think rest whoever you can because Arsenal is the important game. But we do have a little bit of transfer news that came out this morning from Simon Phillips. Leonardo Trossard to Chelsea, 30 million in January. Chelsea are stepping it up. Alfred, do you think this is a good move for Chelsea in the window?
Yeah, I don't see why not. You know, he has been performing very well at Brighton, as we saw in our last game, unfortunately. Still can't believe that result. Oh, my God. But, yeah, we need all the improvements so we can get into this team. We still need a lot of work to do. So, yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, I was glad that I didn't watch that game. Very glad that I didn't watch that game. I'm very glad that didn't come on after because I don't think it would have been all sunshine and rainbows in terms of my language. It would have been quite colourful, but there you go.
Very frustrating.
Wayne, yeah, very. I mean, I watched the highlights back and I was I was just shouting at the screen. It is what it is. Big up to EE and Elliot in the comments. Can Trossard play right wing back? Well, Wayne, you can answer that for us and tell us what you think about Trossard in general.
I think it'd be a smart move. I think he's very versatile as a player. He can play obviously an attacking role and he can do the wing back role as well. He's obviously proven that under Potter. He understands Potter's methods in that sense. So it'll be a very smart move if obviously Potter is going to be the full-time, long-term solution. If it's going to be a short-term Potter and he lasts until summer or something, I don't think that would be the right move because then Trossard, will he be one of the main attackers at the moment on show? Will he be? No, but will he be a vital member for versatility? Yes. The thing is, he's on free transfer in the summer, so if we're going to give the 30 million straight up so we can get the signing, I get it, but are we wasting that 30 million when we can get him on a free in the summer? I am not sure. Is it
at the same time? Would you rather get him now and potentially get Champions League, or not get him now and drop out of Champions League?
Now, obviously, I know you and Alfred might have a different opinion on this matter, but for me, it's not a player that, for me, is vital. We need to sign in the January transfer window. Now, I think we've got enough in reserve for the wing back situation if we use the right sort of players. I think maybe the right wing back, we could sit there and say we need to sign someone, but Trossard is more of a left-sided player than a right-sided player. If you look at his majority of his game time, he does play in the left wing back majority of that time if he does play in the wing back situation. And then Solly March would normally play in the right wing back. Now, I am not, like I said, I'm not sitting there saying he's a bad player. I'm not sitting there saying I don't want him at the club. It's not like that. I just think if we can get him on a free, because McAllister has just signed his new deal. Now, they was both talking at the same time. Now, if Trossard was going to sign this new deal with Brighton, it'd be a different kettle of fish. But because he's open at the moment, I think it'd be a wisest move for us is to look at like central mid. I think we all can sit here and say that's a very vital player position in the squad we need to sort out. And maybe another central defender to cover up our bases. Other than that, I don't see there's an emergency needed player right now in their situation, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, as Ben Jacobs said on the channel a couple of weeks ago, I think defensive midfielder is the main priority in terms of Chelsea in this window. Looks like probably, if I'm going to hedge my bets, Edson Alvarez, because when we didn't sign him in the summer, Todd Bowley did say to Ajax that we're coming back for you in January, and we were all prepared to come back for you. So I see him as the option that you might get in January, because I don't think Rice is going to be available in January. Bellingham's not going to be available in January. So I think that will be dealt with. I think personally, I don't think it will be 30 million if it is Trossard. I do think when a player is 6 months left on his deal and he doesn't look like he's going to sign a contract, I think the ballpark is in your play. So you can go 20 million, take it, or lose him in the summer for nothing. And more times than not, the club will take the money because they know that he's not going to sign. So it depends. I think 30 million might be said now, but I don't think it will. I think it'll be more for probably 20, 25 max. As for the wing back position, I don't see a right wing back other than Reece James. Personally, that can play this. Azpilicueta was not a right wing back. Ruben Loftus-Cheek does a job there, but I'm fed up with him playing in different positions. I just want him to play in his proper position, which is number 8 or centre mid in double six if you have to in the back three. So I think Trossard will fit in there. Okay, I think he's very good with both of his feet, so I don't see why he can't play right wing back. It's just Solly March is at the moment better suited on the right, so he's playing there. But I think he'll be a good squad player to fit in. I don't see why we shouldn't sign him. Anyway, welcome to Dick, finally.
Sorry, man. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Big up Matt for hosting, of course. Big up Wayne. Big up Alfred, of course. And everyone tuning in, man. Keep liking the video. Massive small downs to Carlito for not joining us today. But it's his fault for not knowing the time zone of the UK has gone back 1 hour. So he's misjudged the timing. But yeah, Trossard, very interesting news, of course. I'll be surprised if he actually joined us in January. I don't think he will, but you never know this football club. 1 week, I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but I'm kind of tired of Chelsea Twitter personally currently. 1 week we're going to win the league. Next week we're finished. You know, it's just going back and forth. Some people still in love with Tuchel. I've seen Tuchel quotes now from Fabrizio Romano, how he's disappointed the way Chelsea still ended. He's not over it, apparently. And it's, you know, it's at the wrong time. It's coming at the wrong time. Why is it coming out now when we've got a 4-1 loss? So it's frustrating as a fan right now, personally. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know if you guys are enjoying what you guys see. I'm not really enjoying it personally, especially the fan base. It's depressing, really. So We got 7.5 there, man, for the donation. Myself, Matt, Wayne, Alfred. Lots of love in the mods in the chat. Right wing back should be a priority. RJ absence is felt dearly. Like and subscribe. Big up to you, man.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna say quickly on what Steve said about Twitter basis, and I agree at the moment. Not just Twitter, but obviously Instagram and the other spaces. It is very negativity at the moment when it comes to 1 minute it's too short, then it's not, and it's all that coming up at the moment. And personally, I don't see where I get the bad performance against Brighton. I get everyone's going to be angry about that, and I'm not disputing that at all. But I don't get where all the criticism is at the moment, where saying about Tuchel would do better if he was still in and stuff like that. I don't see that at the moment. I think it's just they have not realised there's a method in the madness with the new owners, and I enjoy where we're going, and I think we've got a very good future in store. I think we still get top 4. I don't think we should be aiming any more than top 4 in the Premier League this year. I think when it comes to other competitions, I think we've got an opportunity winning them. Some of them, maybe not all of them, but some of them we've got an opportunity, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think I echo what Steve said. It is getting a bit frustrating watching some of the fan base, but they need to realise it is a long term, not a short term project. What we got at the moment.
Yeah,
so need to.
I know. Personally, somehow, I just know that Chelsea will beat Arsenal on Sunday. I just know it. Okay, and this is not the start of something we're gonna bounce back all the stuff. It's just gonna be a one-off game where we just beat Arsenal. I don't know how, but we are. I'm telling you this now. The Newcastle City game, I'm not really 100% sure about that, but the Arsenal game, when we're in bad form, we actually beat these guys. I even remember when we came 10th or whatever, we done a double over Arsenal. I think it was, from top of my head, Costa scored as well.
It didn't work out Lampard's time, did it?
Lampard won, but the thing is, he beat Arsenal though. He beat Arsenal.
Not when he was in his bad time.
Well, the second season.
Yeah, and not in the FA Cup either when it mattered.
FA Cup's FA Cup, innit? But I feel like when we're doing, not the best, we will somehow get a result against Arsenal. Like, it's at home. The fans can't. The players can't let us down. Sorry.
We beat them recently anyway as well. They're acting like we never beat them last season at their ground.
Did we?
Yeah.
Who?
Lukaku scored. Lukaku.
Oh yeah, Lukaku. Yeah, that's only in the season though, man.
Doesn't matter.
But Alfred, look what happened after.
I'm talking like, you mean when they came to the bridge after? Yeah.
And they peppered us, and then they peppered us again in pre-season.
Unlimited Dreamer. It's been quite a while, man. Get that ice bucket challenge ready.
Oh, what does he have to do that again?
I forgot. I just wanted to say it personally.
Yeah, I actually agree with Little Boy Blue Notes. I think his point is perfect. We never wanted Tuchel to go, but because manager was never an issue, it's the players that are the issue. It kind of ties into Wayne's comment of it is going to take time because it is the biggest clusterfuck, this team that I've ever seen. I agree with Sadiq's point of I don't enjoy watching Chelsea anymore.
But if I didn't have this channel, trust me, you wouldn't hear from me.
I was glad that I didn't have to watch the game on Saturday. I was out.
No, to be fair though, when it was 3-0, we actually played way better, and when we made it 3-1, honestly, we did.
Why did we have to go 3-0 down to play better?
I know. But when it was 3-0, we did have chances to make 3-2, 3-3. I think.
I at the moment, I just enjoy watching the women's because the women's play good football. The women's are a proper team with proper mentality, proper good players. This team there's too many players that are not good enough.
Let's name at least 5 players, like realistic first team players that are actually not good enough right now.
I don't think either goalkeeper are good enough.
Matt won't be happy.
Name your best 11. Name your best 11, and I'll tell you who's good and who's
All
not
right,
good.
best 11. All right, let's have it right. Mendy. You have to
Not
give
good.
him a chance to bounce back. He's on the downhill. Wait,
Fundamentally not good enough.
no, but you have to give him a chance. He was on top form. Now he's gone down. Let's bring him back and see. Like, I'm
No,
not saying now, but I'm saying we have to give him a
he,
chance
he had a
soon.
very good run of form, but he's fundamentally not good enough. Especially if you want a ball playing team. If you don't want a ball playing team, I don't mind keeping Mendy. If you want a goalkeeper to play with the ball at his feet, Mendy's fundamentally not good enough for this type of team.
But
Other
even with
teams,
Kepa in goal, we're still bad. No, Kepa's good on the ball, but we're still bad at
yeah,
the back. It doesn't
yes,
make a
but I don't
difference.
think Kepa's a good enough goalkeeper in general.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm saying
Kepa has done all right. I don't think he's done bad. Like,
no,
personally.
he's done all right at the moment, but I still don't think he's fundamentally. I don't think he's good enough for goalkeeper. So yeah, go next. What would
All
be
right,
the
cool. Silva, Fofana,
fine,
Koulibaly.
fine. All three of them are fine. No
Yeah.
problem with that.
Reece James on the right, obviously.
It's fine.
Midfield, Kovacic, Loftus-Cheek.
What about the winger, the other left side?
Yeah, I was getting to that bit. I wanted to start it a bit nice, and I want to make sure everything's cool. We go through the midfield, and then we come back to the left.
What about midfield? What was midfield?
So you agree with you agree with Kovacic and Loftus-Cheek?
What? Loftus-Cheek, yes.
He didn't say Kovacic, yes. He didn't say Kovacic, yes. He said Loftus-Cheek.
I wouldn't take him as a starter in a team, but you're putting him in the starting lineup. So I would be fine with him.
No, I said good enough for Chelsea, like right now to play. Right now.
He's good. I think he's good enough at Chelsea as a squad player, not starting lineup, but squad.
Yeah, but we're just saying good enough to play for Chelsea. That's all we said.
Kovacic, I wouldn't play him. I think he gets injured too many times. We mention Kante's injuries, but you don't mention Kovacic's injuries. He's a good fundamental player, but at the moment with this midfield, and this is the problem with the midfield that no one talks about. Kovacic in his career has created or assisted, has scored or assisted in 1 in every 8 games. Jorginho,
That's decent.
1 in every 8 games, a goal or assist, not goals and then assists. It's both together.
That's decent. He's deep. He's deep in midfield. He's not like.
No, Sadiq, I'm going to go through this. Jorginho, outside of penalties, once in every 6 games, G&A. Kante, once in every 7. Ruben, once in every 4.
No, there's context behind J5's one.
The point is, you've got these are all our midfielders, so no one in midfield is creating or scoring goals.
That is not true.
And then you wonder why we create half as much chances as everyone else because you're relying on the 3 players. And
that's not true. I don't agree with that. I honestly do not agree with that.
Have a look at Man City's midfield. Have a look at
bro. But you have to understand something. Because they don't have the numbers doesn't mean it's their fault. Their players have missed sitters after sitters after sitters. What? So it's their fault now. I've seen J5 ping balls on the Lampard for Tammy Abraham to score, and you're telling me,
Well, no, but what about the rest of their careers?
What do you mean?
This is not Chelsea career. This is careers in general.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, J5. Listen. I'm telling you, J5 has been obviously brushed off so much, like off the ball and stuff. I'm not disagreeing that he's really bad at times, but there is context behind the GNA bit. The GNA, like the assist especially, he has set up a lot of times. I've seen Barkley, I've seen Morata, I've seen Pedro, I've seen Tammy, I've seen Lukaku. I've seen guys miss chances, bro. Like there is context behind it.
No, but you're not understanding it in a way of. Yes, I understand there are certain situations where certain players have missed chances, but that does not sway it in the way that these players are creating. You really, for a midfielder, especially, don't forget you're saying Kovacic is deep. Kovacic is a number 8. So really, Kovacic should be providing a lot more as a number 8. Ruben as well. I think Ruben is on is scraping it, and he's lucky that it's Sarri's season that's pushing him up into 104. Because at the moment he's not doing it either. But you can't have every single one of your midfielders creating 1 in 6, 1 in 7 games, a goal or an assist. If it was goals, 1 in 6, 1 in 7, but they were creating loads of assists, that's fine. But the fact that a goal or an assist is 1 in every 7 games is ridiculous. You can't have that for your entire midfield. That's why Kante, I would let go. Jorginho, I would let go. Kovacic, maybe I'd give a season, but you've got to pick up your injuries. If you're continuously getting injured or continuously having niggles that you can't play more than 3 or 4 games, then again, I'm sorry, but you've got to be ruthless in this, and you've got to cut him out. And then you get onto the forward line. This is where I'm starting. This is where I said before the midfield has always been a problem at Chelsea for years now. And it's been a problem since Conte. All of these players, Jorginho, Kovacic, have come in and they've not improved. The only time then the midfield was really good and was fine was towards the end of Sarri when Ruben Loftus-Cheek did really well because, again, he was someone creating and then he helped the attackers out. But you can't expect the attackers to do it on their own because you can mark 3 players out of a game. That means they have to do. They're having to do more themselves to create out of nothing, to then make chances, and then even the chances. The problem is as well because you don't create half as many chances as City. You'll then, as a fan, highlight the misses even more because we're not getting a lot of chances. So you want to be clinical with the chances you do get. So that is the fundamental problem, and the problem is again. We do well when we have Reece James because Reece James is that creativity. But we can't rely on having Reece James our only creativity away from the front three. That's why Sterling has gone from playing well, scoring decent goals at City, year in, year out, to starting well. And then, no surprise, as soon as Reece James is gone, and Tuchel, I think he's been dropped back, he's gone from doing quite well to dropping into that same standard as everyone else in the attacking three.
And he's finished, apparently. Hasn't even fucking had half a season at Chelsea.
Who?
But he's finished. Sterling.
Well, Alfred,
he's been frustrated, man.
Me and Sadiq said when we signed him that he'd get scapegoated by this fan base.
It is true.
Because this is what happens. You sign an attacker and they get scapegoated because the attack's not playing well, but no one wants to look at the midfield. That's the problem. It's the fundamental problem.
Yeah, and another thing that we always forget, and I always like to remind people of, is that frustrating as these Twitter Chelsea fans can be, we got to remember that the only possible explanation for some of the absolute fucking stupidity that we see is that probably about 80% of them are 13-year-olds that don't even know what they're talking about anyway. That's my only explanation. The Baldy's out, the Potter's out after 1 loss in 10 games. These kind of people, forget about it. I don't take you guys as serious Chelsea fans, man. All you are to me is just idiots that have no idea what you're talking about. So
to cut you off. I don't know if you've seen this Mendy news now. It's just gonna get worse, people. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Chelsea will use this season to decide if they need a goalkeeper. Mendy currently earns 50,000 a week, less than half of Kepa. Mendy snapped back, saying no in pre-season when asked if his distribution needed improvement.
Well, he's out of his mind if he thinks that his distribution doesn't need improvement, because it definitely does. I could do a better job than him in that regard.
Are you sure you can kick a ball?
I absolutely am sure.
Well, it's a good time for all this to come up, right?
Yeah, well, I definitely wouldn't pass the ball straight to Benzema, basically, anyway. I can tell you that for sure.
Hey, don't go against the guy that won us the Champions League as well, man. Come on. Let's not go against the goalkeeper, please.
I don't care if he won us the Champions League. I'm grateful for that, but that was
it doesn't seem grateful.
Stupid mistake as well.
It doesn't seem grateful. It seems that you don't appreciate what we had, man.
Well, I do appreciate it, but you have to acknowledge mistakes when people make them as well. Because, otherwise you're in a Kai Havertz situation where you should keep him in the team forever, even though he does almost nothing, hardly ever, because he scored a Champions League goal in the final. So
But I'm sure overall would take 2 bad seasons as long as we had the Champions League, though.
no, I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm just saying acknowledge when he makes a ridiculous mistake like that. You know, you can't just say, "Oh, but it's okay because he won us the Champions League." Well, yes, he won us the Champions League, but he also cost us one in the end.
Did he?
You know? So, in my opinion, yes.
Which one?
The Real Madrid game.
Yeah.
Or what
If
did
that-
he do?
If that mistake didn't happen in the first leg, that pass straight to Benzema.
Oh, Mendy. I thought you were talking about Havertz.
No, we're talking about Mendy.
No, Mendy.
Oh, sorry.
No. I was just using Havertz as an example of someone that, you know, you can be grateful for what he did for us in the Champions League final, and I'm sure a lot of people always will be, myself included. But you can't then go the next few seasons with doing, you know, very little compared to what's expected of you, you know. So yeah, while I do appreciate Mendy, he's got to do a lot better. But what's happened now? He's lost his place in the team. We've put back into the team a keeper that we replaced him with. You know.
Guys, let me ask you a serious question. Obviously, we probably are worried, but I'm talking long term. Like, I feel like this club will accept top 4 for the next few seasons.
Well, I don't know, Alfred.
Sorry, I was just going to say it's a very real possibility because, you know, we are still sorting through a lot of problems, and it's very clear that there are many, you know, so much inconsistency, so much lack of application in a lot of games. You know, just when we think that we're looking really good, you know, like we, you know, doing things like beating AC Milan, you know, twice in the Champions League without conceding any goals and scoring 5. Not long after, we go and get smashed 4-1 by Brighton. So, you know.
Carlito was saying that we can still challenge for the league, but I asked him today and he said he changed his mind. So I'm glad he took a few games for him to realise we're definitely not in that conversation. Arsenal, I think, won 5-0. Quite a scary scoreline ahead of the Chelsea game. Matt thinks 4-0 to Arsenal, maybe.
I never said that.
Didn't you say that in the chat?
I don't think so. I just said it was going to be in trouble for the game. I don't think I have a scoreline.
So let's talk about Dynamo very quickly. Obviously, we've qualified. I think we've already got first place anyway. It's not a very important game. I heard.
Oh no, I did say we're going to get pumped 4-0.
Yeah, you did say. I'm sure you did. I know my memory is bad, but I think whenever Matt talks, I know what he says. But look, Dynamo, we're going to be resting players. Some players are returning. I hope Kovacic isn't picked in this team. Honestly, I really don't want to see him play tomorrow. But I hope players like Zakaria get a chance.
Yeah.
That it's a must, right? It's a home game. Play Zakaria.
Well, I read something last night about him. If he plays, that means he's either going to stay on loan for the season at Chelsea, or he can go back in January to Juventus and he can't go anywhere else. He can only stay at Juventus. So if we play him, that might stop him from going elsewhere. So if we do want to move him on in the January transfer window because we don't think he's suited, playing him tomorrow wouldn't be the ideal solution in that. So I don't know if he will play.
I think he has to play no matter what
He
tomorrow.
has to play, man.
If not tomorrow, then when? Because tomorrow
Yeah,
basically
but bro,
has
it's not even about that. It's not even about that. We just have to rest for this Arsenal game. We just
well,
have to.
yeah, that's right. That's right as well. Tomorrow is, become kind of like a friendly in a sense. Nothing, there's no consequence of us losing or drawing. So
Yeah.
rest. Yeah,
It's worrying times though, man. I don't know. I'm a bit happy that World Cup is around and maybe just maybe might give us a chance to bounce back or something. But how many weeks off? 6 to 8 weeks, right? Roughly
About 6.
about
well,
6 weeks. It's gonna be a nightmare for the channel, especially. I don't know what we're gonna do. Obviously, we can watch England games or something. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do, guys. But yeah, Chelsea, it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. We've got OnlyFans, we've got YouTubers, we've got match going fans. I don't know if you lot saw that tweet. Match going fans complaining like we've got a new fan base in different departments of Chelsea. Pensioners, YouTubers, OnlyFans, all this stuff basically.
They're all just. I get frustrated with every little fan. Our fans are the worst, honestly. I hate our fans with a passion. Like the only fan base that is more brainless than us is Man United fans.
No, Arsenal.
No, even Arsenal fans, they talk a bit more. Some of the things I see in our fan base, honestly, ridiculous.
Listen, guys, I have
Certain brown envelopes.
brown envelopes. Guys, I've got massive faith in positivity. My positivity example is Wayne Moulds. Wayne Moulds in recent times, you look a lot better, man. Wayne Moulds. I want to say that out in public. I hope you had a good birthday. But yeah, you look way more happier, way more better. And I hope it continues, man.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. I was my first proper full day today, like working and that, so
I can
I'm a
imagine.
bit tired, but
Even
getting
from the
used to it
pictures.
again.
Yeah, even from the pictures, man, it looks good, man. So keep it up.
Thank you, appreciate that. Means a lot.
No worries, man. Footwear is best lineup for tomorrow. Let's see if we disagree, agree, guys. Looks like a 4-4-2, maybe. Mendy, Dave,
No,
Koulibaly,
4-4-3.
Trevor. Sorry?
4-4-3.
Oh, sorry, 4-3-3.
4-3-3. Sorry, not.
Mendy, Dave, Koulibaly, Trevor Chalobah, Cucurella, Zakaria, J5, Carney, Gallagher, Broha, Sterling. Sterling? Might as well give Ziyech.
yeah, I would.
I would go Mendy. I'd stay with that back four. I would play Zakaria defensive midfield. I would play Gallagher and Chukwuemeka in front of the midfield. I'd play Pulisic left. I'd play Ziyech right and Brozier up front.
Yeah.
Do you want to know mine? You're going to love me. In goal and Mendy. Back three of Aspilicueta. In the middle is going to be Chalobah. On
What?
the left, in the left hand, it'll be Zach Sturge. Then it'll be right wing back. I will play Ziyech. Then I will play in the middle. It'll be Jorginho and Lewis Hall. Then on the left hand side, be Chilwell. Then the front three will be Pulisic, Brozier, Gallagher.
Interesting.
No.
Too much Football Manager, but interesting.
No,
Well, I'd have people like Hutchinson on the bench. I'd have.
he's not available. Zach
not
Sturge
available?
and thing is because remember they got picked beforehand. Hutchinson didn't get picked. It was Zach Sturge and Lewis Hall did get picked, and they've been training with the first team the last few days. And as well as the reason why I said it, the team like that.
Oh, that's who Father was talking about. He was training, right? The youngster. What's his name?
Zach Sturge.
Oh no,
And
was
Lewis
there one
Hall.
called? Was there one like Lewis or Louis or something?
Lewis Hall.
Lewis Hall, that's it.
And Murray Hutchison has been training, but I don't. What I've read, he's not available for the game, but I might be wrong.
Cheers, Ted Kravitz. Appreciate that. Except Max Verstappen. You know.
I'm Lewis Hampton, mate. Don't get me started.
Oh no, you're not Lewis Hamilton, man.
Oh yeah, I don't finish second every race.
I was so annoyed with Mercedes, man. But anyway, that's for another day.
They started. Wayne's like Daniel Ricciardo.
Did you see Daniel Ricciardo? He got penalties and he went mad.
Exactly. So go there with me. I'm happy with Danny Ricciardo, mate, at the moment.
You guys can still catch Alpine for fourth.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
K2, we know we need a midfielder, man. We know we need someone like a Fabregas, maybe, or someone that can create. But you've got Chelsea fan base wanting Declan Rice. I think Declan Rice has given another hint to Manchester United that you might want to join them. So we shall see. Tottenham are now playing as well. I really hope they go out. I really, really hope they go out, man. But
yeah, I've got a Liverpool match on.
Hey, which Liverpool's game? Oh yeah, Liverpool's game is going to be interesting as well. Napoli are unbeaten.
Mm-hmm.
Napoli are a crazy team. That I wish we were playing at Napoli. J5.
They're doing so good without J5 now, aren't they?
That is true, but it's taken them 5-6 years, mate. Yeah, I mean, look, let's get some predictions in for tomorrow's game, people. I said 2-0 to Chelsea, and I think everyone's going to say Chelsea are back. What do you guys think?
Yeah, 2-0 sounds about right.
Bro, didn't you say Brighton will beat Brighton 3 or 4-0?
Yes, I did say that.
Do you regret it?
No, because I expected a much better performance than that, and we are more than capable of getting that kind of a result against Brighton. So it just ended up being a lackluster, pathetic performance. It's out of my control, my friend.
Yeah, no, it's very true, man. Very, very true, man. Well, there we have it, folks. Chelsea, Dynamo.
Capable of beating Arsenal too.
No, it's true. I think we will beat Arsenal somehow. I'm not going to lie to you. I do believe we will beat Arsenal, and I will be very happy on that day. But I hope we have our reality check and not, get overexcited and think Chelsea are back.
Yes, there's pressure. People may not be thinking about this, right? They're only probably thinking about how good Arsenal are playing at the moment, right? Now, there's pressure on us, but think about the pressure on Arsenal as well. This could be the game where if they don't beat us and Manchester City win their game, it could be them off the top of the table for ages.
Really? How?
Well, if they don't beat us, then Manchester City will overtake them if they win. They have to win to stay on top.
Who are Man City playing though?
I'm not sure, but they'll probably win anyway. So
Man City didn't look too convincing against who was it?
Leicester,
that's it. De Bruyne free kick, I think it was.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I watched that game. Yeah, look, they're gonna have a bad game every now and then, but it's not gonna last. They're playing Fulham next.
Yeah, guys. By the way, what did you lot want to do tomorrow? A review, right? Surely not watch along for this game.
I won't obviously be about that, Steve.
Yeah.
I won't be along for the watch long.
Are you at
Maybe
football?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well do a review. But Sunday, surely we have to do watch along.
I'll be here, yeah, for watch long.
Alfred, it's gonna be a nice kickoff time for you, bro.
It always is, bro. Down under.
No, I swear, 12 a.m. is alright, though. No,
12,
no, sorry, 12 p.m.
for the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, or it might even be 1. Let me just
Yeah,
check.
it should be alright. Should be alright.
It's-
Guys, listen, I'm gonna wrap it up anyway because a lot of people are watching Champions League anyway. It's gonna be a short stream regardless. So we'll go live after the game tomorrow. People come and join us. We've got another super chat here. Let's just read out quickly. Big up Savannah for the super chat. I think he's changed his lineup, or is it? No, it's the same. Mendy, Trev, Koulibaly, Cucurella, Dave, J5, Loftus-Cheek, Connor, Chile, Havertz, Broha, Oris, Raheem Sterling. Prediction 2-0 win. Rest the key players through subs. Fair play. I hope Sterling gets a goal. At least. That would be nice as well.
Shut up, the haters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's needed, definitely. But yeah, guys, we're going to wrap up here. We'll be live tomorrow straight after the game. Make sure you come and join us. Big up Alfred, big up Matt, big up Wayne for tuning in. Much appreciated. And I hope you all have a lovely evening. And I hope Tottenham lose. So
Come on, Marseille. Come on, Marseille.
Has anyone scored yet? In any game?
Not in my game.
Okay. I got a feeling someone scored. Let me just see if anyone has scored.
Hopefully, Marseille.
Let's see. Someone. No goals. Sporting Lisbon 0, Frankfurt 0, Marseille 0, Tottenham 0.
Ajax 1-0 up against Rangers.
Oh shit! I just seen that now. Actually, sorry, my bad.
But Steven Burgess?
Burkas or something. Cool, guys. Catch you lot soon, and I'll see you lot tomorrow night. Chelsea 2, Zagreb 0.